KBSMixtapes.com. They work with several magazines, college radio campaigns, and street teams in multiple cities.
Pay attention, people. Let go. This is a shout out to all rappers, R&B singers, entertainers. BeatsBySaid.com. If you're looking for that exclusive production like you hearing in the background, go to BeatsBySaid.com. When you need that industry sound for a reasonable price, go to BeatsBySaid.com. Hey, yo, Said, let's let them know. Turn up. BeatsBySaid.com. BeatsBySaid.com.
Last of the Mo Records presents Wes Crave.
Wes Crave? With his new chart-topping single,
Dream of Getting Hard.
They tryna tell me I ain't living right. My view tells me that I'm living right. I used to dream of getting on. Now I just put my on.
available on all major music platforms.
New album
By the code.
dropping fall 2017.
Go to westcrave.com now.
K-100, you bastard!
All right. Yeah. All right. What up? K-100 Radio. I'm your host, Blizzard. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the show. Again, 347-934-0966. That is the number to dial to the show. We are back with the second interview of our day on our direct line interviews. Right now, we've got Ebonie Camille is in the building. All right, I want you guys to welcome to the show. Ebonie, what's going on?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Welcome to K-100 Radio. We're happy to have you on. K100radio.com. Please remember, go over there. If you listen to us right now on SoundCloud, or if you listen to us on the replay on YouTube, please make sure you hit follow and subscribe. All right? But if you guys are listening right now, please feel free to call in 347-934-0966 and support our independent artists. Give them a shout out. If we're playing some music and you're listening on live and you think that's dope, call in, give them a shout out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, showing them some love. Remember, your favorite artist was also an indie. All right, Ebonie Camille, welcome to the broadcast. Thank you. Now, we got to tell everybody how we got linked up, of course, with Ebonie Camille. Our partners over there at Making It Magazine, which is one of the affiliates that we really rock with. We highly suggest that you guys rock with Making It Magazine. Those guys do a lot of good stuff for independent artists. They have a feature over there called The Wire, right? And on The Wire is basically on makingitmagazine.com, makingitmag.com, at Making It Mag. Make sure you follow them on social media. They have a thing called The Wire, and basically it's an artist community, and they can put updates about stuff like that, what they got going on with their careers. And the people who are really active and who have subscriptions and who have memberships, Making It Magazine every now and again, show them a little look, throw them a little love. That's one of our partners over there. They show us love. We show them love. You feel me? So Ebonie Camille is actually a Making It Magazine member, and she was putting some stuff over there on The Wire and got noticed. And, our partners over at Making It Magazine, we reached out and said, hey, man, you got anybody over there that's putting in some work? And they said, matter of fact, we do. And here we are right now. You know what I'm saying? Chopping it up with Ebonie Camille. So, Ebonie, go ahead real quick and introduce yourself to our broadcast. Please, ma'am.
Yes, I'm Ebonie Camille. I'm actually from Joliet, Illinois, which is about 45 minutes away from Chicago. So I'm not really from Chicago. I'm in the suburbs, but it's close enough. Still do a lot of traveling back and forth. And I've been rapping, and I do a radio podcast, too. So the radio podcast for 8 years and rapping for almost 15 years.
Whoa, hold up. Whoa. Wait a minute. Let me start the background music. Say you do a podcast? Say you do radio?
Yes.
For 8 years? For 8 years.
It's called Eavesdropping Radio. Yes.
Somehow I missed that in the bio. All right, that's my fault. Blizzard's fault. Wasn't paying attention. That went by me. That flew by me. I read it. Maybe I skimmed. Okay, maybe I skimmed it. If I read it, I would know, right? I skimmed it. I did skim it. Okay? Kind of got a gist of where you was at, but the part about radio. So welcome again to one of my fellow radio personalities over here on K-100 Radio too, as well as an artist. So tell me about how all this happened. Which one? You was an artist first. You said you've been doing that longer. I'd like to hear about your grind as an artist, and also tell me what made you transition into doing radio and the podcast. How did that work out for you? Because actually, I did the exact same thing, so that's what I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So growing up, I did little, you get your little tape recorder with your friends and tape the radio and then, do a little hosting. So I did that like at 9 or 10 years old, doing that with my cousins. And it wasn't a serious thing. It was just something to do, something fun. And I didn't think I would actually go into doing that a little bit later. But I grew up off like old school. I'm Motown, early hip hop records. My mom put me on. I had a record player. So singing wasn't for me. I was so upset that I couldn't sing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just rap because I can still say what I got to say without singing. So in high school, I started recording mixtapes. They were terrible. I'm not going to lie. They were not good. The quality sucked really bad. But I had one person that believed in me. And he was like, if you keep going, you'll get fired. But first thing you got to do is you can't put your speaker to the other speaker to play your track. You got to actually upload the track into your recording program. I was like, oh, because I had like no clue what I was doing. I was just trying to make records.
So you tried to hold up. So you was trying to engineer your own shit too before you really, so you was trying to go in there and you was just like, the hell with it. I'm going for gusto, because you was trying to actually record your own self and engineer your own self and all that too at the same time? Like,
I do that now too, but before it didn't start off so good. It did not start off so good.
No, I'm just saying.
I had help on that.
I gotta admit, I love the tenacity of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you actually tried to actually record your damn self, like before anybody, like, because you said somebody had to tell you not to put the speaker up to it. That means you actually literally attempted to do that shit. You're damn. You actually attempted to do that yourself, which is.
I did it. It was terrible.
I know, but you know what though? It says something about your grit. You know what I'm saying? Horrible fucking idea, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You just can't record like that. But you know what I'm saying? It says something about, you know what I'm saying, you as a person to say, man, I want to make a song, and damn it, I'm finna do it by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I get out of when you sitting there telling me that you actually did that, and thank God somebody stopped you and fixed it. But still, I gotta commend it, because a lot of people won't even do that. A lot of people just say, oh, if I can't go to the studio, then I'll never get it done. And that's a stance that you could take.
Right.
Some people will say, listen, here's the thing, Ebonie. Over here at K-100 Radio, we still, to this day, we just did our music review yesterday. And I swear to God, I literally got a song yesterday that sounded like a nigga put the speakers up to his goddamn microphone and rapped over it in a submission in 2017. You feel me? And while I had to give him the business and kill his record, a part of me was like, you know what I'm saying? He wants it bad enough to get his voice recorded by any means necessary. But, you know, back in the day, it wasn't so easy. We didn't have these computers, these programs, these cheap-ass microphones, all this stuff that we have now to kind of actually make that happen for less than $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say I commend you on that. That's kind of like, it's funny, but it says a lot about your character. So go ahead. Please finish until we get to the part where you decide you want to do radio. By all means. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kept dropping, finally learned how to do some real recording sessions by myself, and then people started sending me beats, because I didn't even have beats. I would listen to songs I like, and if the instrumental wasn't out there, I was chopping the end of it up where just the instrumental played, and I looped it. I was doing everything just to make it happen. And then in 2008, I decided to do an internet podcast, because I was having trouble getting interviews and getting people to listen. I was like, it shouldn't be this hard. So I developed a show kind of like this one, where independents can get interviewed and get their music played, and you can also show them the proper way they should submit music, and, you know, make sure they're on the up and up. My show was, the tagline is, the place you shine before you reach big time. So, no, I don't have a huge show, but I want to get you ready for those big interviews. I want you to get comfortable talking with people. So that's how I started that, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah, so basically we didn't travel the same path as artists, you know what I'm saying? we didn't travel the same path as artists, but I got to tell you, Ebony, I got to give you a round of applause. And here's why. Because anybody that's listening to K-100 Radio pretty much knows that that's kind of how. That's one of the bases of how K-100 Radio was founded. It wasn't the only base, you know what I'm saying? But that was one of the driving factors for me creating K-100 Radio, right? So everybody knows that, yes, I'm an artist. I'm still an artist. I'm not as active as I used to be, but I still make music. You know, we over here editing a song that I collaborated with another artist, which I don't put on my own music out, but I still work with other artists, and we still do placements and stuff like that. So we're creatives over here at K-100 Radio. We are artists and producers who decided to bring a platform for independent artists. So we're not DJs per se, and we're not bloggers who started a broadcast. We are artists who started a broadcast over here at K-100 Radio. With that being said, the premise of what you're saying, where you're like, listen, it shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard for an artist to get an interview. It shouldn't be. If you're not a superstar, you should still have somewhere to go to be able to say, hey, I'm being interviewed and they're going to play my music and we're going to chop it up. And essentially, at the core of what K-100 Radio really is the same thing that you were doing. So we got to definitely show you some love and commend you on that. I really do, because we followed the same path and the same mentality and principles when we decided to start interviewing artists and playing independent music. You know, we started out first as more like a Drink Champs podcast, talk shit type of situation. But then once we went to a 24-hour setup, we was like, look, we got 24 hours in a day. We can't talk for 24 hours. In the meantime, we're going to break some of this music. You know what I'm saying? And then we started working with artists, DJs, adding music. And it blew up way, way bigger than what we ever thought it would. So here we are now. So I got to tell you that that whole thing that you just said is really inspiring to me. So big ups to you and props to you on all of that. All right? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel me? So let's jump into the music. K100 Radio. I'm your host, Blizzum. Thanks for tuning into the show at K100_radio. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. K100radio.com. Anybody asking about submissions or anything like that, please go to our website, K100radio.com. We have a website for a reason. Submission page, ads and promo if you want to know about interviews. So we told you how Ebonie Camille got here. We got a little background on her grind as an artist and the struggles of being an independent artist and recording. And then she transitioned in order to make a platform to help artists. But now we're going to circle back to the music. And we got a couple of songs over here that we got lined up. So what made you jump back into the did you take like a hiatus when you created the broadcast and didn't really record much, or was you kind of doing them both at the same time?
I had took a break a little bit from music. I was starting to get a little bit more joy in helping people.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, I was like, I cannot leave it alone. I have to go back, So that's when I started recording and using my show as a more bigger network platform for me. It's like I was helping artists out, and I was playing their stuff all the while. I was meeting so many people that could help me with my career as well. So it started to work hand in hand, because I was hosting events, and sometimes it was like, you get a lot of calls to host events, and then it's like, I didn't know you did music. Then it's like, all right, I got to have you on my next show. So it started working hand in hand. So I didn't do them both hardcore at the same time at first. It is a balance between both of them, but now I do them both, yes.
I feel like I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone. Like I feel like there's parts of your actual grind that literally mimic everything. With me being an artist, of course I had a lot of people knew that I was an artist. I used my connections as an artist to actually be able to plug in everything that I did when I started K100 Radio. But it's just really interesting to hear somebody with such a similar story. Like I got to be honest with you, I'm sitting here listening like, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Like listening to what you're saying,
right.
Like, I did the same thing. I mean, I didn't particularly make K100 Radio to promote my music per se. I kind of made it to just be able to expand myself as a brand. I started realizing that myself as a person, I'm a brand years ago, bigger than just being a rapper. And so I just kind of did it to expand the brand of what Blizzum was. And, and then it kind of just took off. Actually grew at Kelby at Making the Magazine can tell you grew way quicker than what I actually was prepared for. You know what I'm saying? Because it was successful and I wasn't really prepared for how many people was going to rock with it. So I had to catch up. You know what I'm saying? But it's just really interesting to hear you say that because, I mean, I went through a lot of those same mental conversations with myself, which is really weird listening to you say stuff that I've literally said myself in other interviews when people interview me. Shit's weird. All right, let's jump into the music. You know what I'm saying? Before I jump out of the Twilight Zone and jump over here back to this interview. All right, so we got 2 songs and we're gonna play both of them by you. I know you sent in the MP3, the MP4 for the video, but it was like a clip, and we was trying to get the whole video, but we didn't get a chance to get that in time. So we're just gonna rock with the music. We've got Smoke and we've got Not Afraid. So I'm gonna let you pick which one we want to play first. Mm-hmm. Which one you want to hear?
I'll say Smoke. Smoke.
All right, tell me about Smoke. What's going on with it? Who produced it? What's the inspiration?
Smoke was produced by Sapphire in Atlanta, like one of my favorite producers. The Smoke is actually about a song about me imagining smoking. Like, I don't smoke, but it's funny because when I go to studios, I'm the only person that don't smoke, and they was like, "You really do all your songs sober?" I was like, "I really do," you know. And the song was really about just the curiosity of wondering what it feels like if it's, you know, what everybody say it is. So it's really a curiosity song. And I released it on 420, which was kind of funny because they was like, "Oh, you're a smoker?" I was like, "No." But I can write like I am one.
So you don't smoke, but you okay. All right, I got it.
No.
Okay, let's listen to the song and see if we can all pull it together and make it all make sense. All right. K-100 Radio again, 347-934-0966. That's the number dial to the show. 347-934-0966. There's the number dial to the show. If you call in, press the number 1. If you want to holler at Ebonie Camille and you know give her some props and say, "Hey, I rock with you." If I don't understand, like right now, like every artist you ever interviewed in life should be on this call right now. Like, yo, I'm here because goddamn it, she gave me a shot when nobody else would. Where in the fuck are you people? Anyway, we'll talk about that, Ebonie, and my beef with independent artists that I'm pretty sure you may have also as well, doing what you do. All right, let's get into it. Smoke, Ebonie Camille.
You are tuned to K-100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
K-100, you bastards! You bastards!
Sometimes I often wonder how it feels. I've been going through it, I've been stressing for real. Sometimes I often wonder how it feels. I've been going through it, I've been stressing for real. I wanna fill up this room with some smoke. For real, for real. I am a virgin, I have not did this before. But sometimes I feel like I just need to flow. You should pass it to me, feeling so low.
Khalifa, man, and right now you're checking out
K100 Radio.
You feel me?
K-100, you bastard.
Yeah. All right, we're back. K100 Radio. I'm your host, Bliss, and thanks, brother, for tuning in to the show. Instagram, what up? Facebook, what up? If you're listening on SoundCloud or YouTube, please follow and subscribe accordingly. That was Ebonie Camille, and she really don't smoke. She a virgin, but she feel like she need to float. You know what I'm saying? She feel like she need to float. Sometimes you just feel like, you know, I really don't get high, but I had such a stressful day, nigga. I feel like I should get high. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right. So let's jump into Ebonie. Let's jump into. I actually like that record though. You feel what I'm saying? I actually like the concept of it. Like, it's like, hey, you know, you a virgin. You never did this before, but nigga, you know, I mean, I'm gonna get you high today. Got no job. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? That's like the same thing. You know, it kind of. Yeah. It kind of sound like it's slick. Reverse sound like a line to do when, like, if you get with a girl and she ain't never smoked before, but he knows she kind of want to do it, and then he pull the Netflix and chill and get her fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And shit can go all the way his way that night. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It can go all the way his way. All right. Let's jump back into the interview right here. 347-934-0966. So let me ask you about your relationship with independent artists, since you yourself are an artist, and I have much love for indies. I started this, like I said, on the premise of helping them. But it's also made me hate a lot of artists, and hate because a lot of artists just, they don't have the actual grind that I had as an artist, and so it's just like, bruh. Now I actually, once I sat down and started doing radio and built K-100 Radio, I started realizing all the complaints had legitimate backing when it came to DJs, producers, and everybody. I started running into a whole bunch of artists myself, having this platform, who was the epitome of everything that people hate about independent artists. What about yourself? What have you learned doing radio and being an artist as it pertains to the way people view independent artists?
Yeah, it's interesting because I get to talk to a lot of people, and you're 100% right when people can be like just irritable when it comes to their stuff. They're not always professional, but then on the other hand, there's people that are, and then people just view them like, oh, they're just nobody. But in between of doing radio and music, I met some amazing artists that are really good friends that they were strangers. Weren't people that I grew up with. I might have met them at a music festival, and we stay in touch, and they actually show me more love and put me on to more events and things than people that I actually knew. So, I mean, it's a good and a bad, but the good is really outweighed the bad from the experience doing both, because the artists I met are really, really great friends, especially on the internet. I got to give a quick shout out to DJ Rizzo Gates. He hosts my last mixtape, Valet, Jess Chelsea, just people that I've met, you know, at festivals and things like that helped me in so many ways. It's a real learning experience. It's more good than bad.
More good than bad. I gotta say myself personally, yes, it's more good than bad. Definitely, I've been able to establish, you know what I'm saying, a lot of key networking partnerships from this seat. But that's on the networking and business side. And to be honest with you, a lot of those artists are also people who have dual roles as far as running the business and being an artist, you know, running the brand or running the platform and being an artist. The Instagram Live is about to cut off. I'll start back in a second. It ends at every hour. I'll redo it real quick. Let me do that real quick. So, because it was actually quite a few people checking in, so I want to make sure they don't miss nothing. Hold on a second. All right. Let me start the live video back up. All right. So Instagram Live will be back up in a second. Yeah, I have. I guess you could say yes. It's definitely more positive than negative on my end as well. But it's just the ones. It's just sometimes that I used to, correct me if you feel like it didn't happen this way for you. But as an independent artist, I used to do a lot of complaining about platforms and about promoters and DJs. You feel what I'm saying? That I always felt until I actually became a platform myself and the brand took off, which is K-100 Radio. I actually just felt like it was a lot of shit that, you know, they could have did it. Well, he could have did this, or he should have did that. You know what I'm saying? And my attitude about it was completely all wrong once I actually became the platform. Once I actually became the person who sits in the seat and who has, you know, puts in the work to build something that artists can actually use. Was it like that for you? Like, did you jump into radio and doing your podcast and be like, you know what? Now I kind of understand what those people were going through. Because I definitely had an epiphany once I started K-100 Radio and it took off. Not even when I started it, but when it took off and became a pretty big brand, that's when I started seeing shit that I was like, you know what? Yeah, I see why people treat artists certain kind of ways unless they actually prove themselves. What do you think?
Definitely, especially how people hit you up. Because you know, when you're an artist, sometimes you think everybody just don't want to support you, but it also has a lot to do with how you present yourself. And when I started doing radio and started taking music submissions, it's like, okay, there's no title, there's no name, like there's, you know, I said no cussing, there's cussing, or you know, the information's right there. They don't read. People don't read. So I started seeing stuff in, you know, a whole another light. I was like, okay, Ebonie, so when you submit your stuff, make sure that you don't do this.
Right.
Because all it does is, you know, how you're presenting yourself isn't good. So I started to see it on the other end. Not to say that I would do those things, but, you know, it's a lot of things I learned from what I'm seeing. And then I got some submissions that were awesome. It's like, I need to do my stuff like that. But I did see the other side because, I mean, it's not always about the platform. It's not always the platform's fault. It's like you have to have accountability. It's like if you're not doing what their request, I mean, all these platforms have different ways they want you to submit things or approach them. And if you want to go around it because, hey, I'm such and such and I'm the hottest rapper, you're still not going to get the results you're asking for because you're not even reading and following directions.
God,
so that was the
Jesus.
main thing with me.
Are you are you like, what are you, are you like my Bizarro world? I mean, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, seriously, if you could hear yourself talking and hear, like, if you could hear yourself talking and then hear conversations that I've had and even interviews that I've done, literally saying the exact same thing. This is beyond weird for me. I'm like, this is one of the first people that I've met, and I've talked to other people who have platforms who are artists first, but not somebody who actually says literally almost the exact same answers that I give when questioned about certain things. It's just really weird, Ebonie. It really is. I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, because I'm sitting here like, bruh, y'all just don't know. We got a call on the line. Hold on. 678-570 K-100 Radio. What's up?
I was like, man, don't give out my whole number, Blizzard.
You know I ain't gonna do that. Oh, this is Kelby with Making the Magazine. Kelby, what's going on, bro? What's happening, homie?
What's good with you, bro?
Chilling. What's going on?
Had to call in one time.
Of course you did. You feel me? Right now, we're on the line with Ebonie Camille, right now on K-100 Radio. And actually, we told a story earlier of the fact that she was a member on Making the Magazine. And we told everybody that they should go over there and definitely get a membership right now. And just even the conversation even the conversation that we're having. You know what? Let me start the music. Let's go ahead and real quick. Let's just go ahead and dive into this shit while we got both of y'all on the line. Why not? Fuck it, I got time. You know what I'm saying? We've got Kelby. We've got the person who has a platform. We've got Ebonie Camille, who's also an artist and also a person with a platform. I myself am Blizzard. I created K-100 Radio. If you don't know who I am, how are you doing? I'm an artist and a producer myself, but I'm also the program director and creator of K-100 Radio. Okay, and so I've done a lot of soul searching when it comes down to how I want to help independent artists and certain things that I do. Now that we got Kelby on the line, and he has a great platform with Making the Magazine, and this is how Ebonie got connected with us, who also, you know what I'm saying, is a grinder herself. All of this comes back to one thing that we can all kind of sit here and have a conversation with real quick. And I won't eat up Ebonie's interview with this because we got to play her other song. But the independent artist and how they are perceived and the grind of being an independent artist, the professionalism, the lack thereof, you feel me? The lack of understanding for platforms who actually have their best interest in heart. Kelby, can you just real briefly tell me why is it that you picked Ebonie Camille for this particular opportunity to rock with us over here at K100 Radio? You feel me? And you know, Ebonie, if you can chime back in about what you like about Making It Magazine, and why you rocking with them and why you do have a membership. Kelby, please go first.
I mean, she had actually posted up a couple updates on the site, and I think one of them got featured. And so I seen her video, the record that she has the video for, and so we got it got a good response through the site.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I try to go live every now and then on Twitter and Instagram, or Instagram and Facebook, on just like some consultant type stuff and advice for artists. And I think she had was on the live like a couple of times and asking questions and chiming in on stuff. And she had mentioned that she had a radio show, and I told her to link up with Kim. But at the time, I didn't even know that those were the same people. So I was just like, oh, okay. And so then maybe a week or so later, I realized when I was just looking through the front page on some of the updates that were featured. Like, I go through all the updates each month, and I was like, oh, that's the same person from Instagram. So, and the fact that she was doing the radio show and everything, I was like, so when you reached out and we talked about everything, I felt like, yo, this would be a perfect person, just because I think there's a lot of similarities in your story, and it would make for a very interesting interview and good rapport.
Yeah. I'm over here like, I think Kelby, I think you did this on purpose, and yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because I think that you probably listened to her story, and you know my story as well. Because we you know, Kelby is one of my industry friends who I actually consider a friend. Kelby is not my industry associate. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out and about, I got to be honest with you. I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers right now. If I'm out and about and y'all act like y'all finna do something to Kelby, I'm gonna beat your ass. So you gonna have to whoop mine too. That's how it is with me and Kelby now. Y'all gotta understand that. This is my dog. You feel me? I don't feel like that about a lot of you industry people. I don't, and everybody know it. But I probably punch you in the mouth over my dog. You ain't finna put your hands on my homie like that while I'm out there. Not while I'm standing right there. That ain't gonna happen, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you know me, you know I'm not fucking playing, right? This is my homeboy because Kelby has genuinely helped us grow and did stuff for us that he didn't have to do. It came from a genuine place, and I think everything he does come from a genuine place because he himself. We're also talking to an artist, by the way, who transitioned into media with Kelby, the editor-in-chief and owner of Making It Magazine, who was also himself a rapper, who said, hey, let me try something else. You know what I'm saying? So actually, all three of us have been through this shit. Okay, Ebonie. Back to Ebonie right now, because this is her interview, Kevin. We can't just take this shit over. Ebonie.
No, we can't.
You can't. Okay, Ebonie. So,
but I just had to go show you some love, Ebonie. We just sent out a text blast to some of the other members too to tune in and check you out.
Well, no,
appreciate you so much.
No, this is a really interesting conversation because how often are you going to have three people who actually did the same thing in that capacity on a platform right now just to chop it up about it? So I got to take this opportunity to seize it when I can. So, Ebonie, what was it about? What was it about Making It Magazine that made you as an artist and you as a person who has a platform decide to say, hey, these $15 a month is worth it? By all means, tell us.
Yeah. I actually heard about it on Twitter from another PR that had an event, and the only way that you could attend the event was to get a membership to this magazine. So at first I was like, a membership to a magazine? What? So I started looking into it. Now, I'm, close to Chicago, so I couldn't make it to the event no way, but I started to do some research on the magazine, and I'm one of those people, it's like I spent so much money throughout my career on stuff that didn't work, PRs, producers, all kind of stuff, scammed, everything. I was like, well, I'm going to research it, and then I'm going to see what it is. It can't be no worse, than anything else I've done, because I was an artist that made some moves, too. But then I started to read, and then Kelby started doing, like, the live, and I'm all about what I can learn from people, especially when you're giving out free information. Even though you get more out the membership, he was even giving you a taste of what was in store on his lives on Instagram. So he was saying stuff that made sense, but I didn't think of it that way. And I was like, okay. And I was taking note, and when I could catch him on live, I would watch all the way to the end, which I don't watch people live often, so it really held my attention. So when I got the membership, I got to see a lot of people, and a lot of people hit me up to work with me or just, show love or have me on their show. So it's a great networking opportunity. And even though I have a platform, it doesn't stop there. It's like you have to network with other platforms. We all provide a little something different, and it's all helpful. So I always recommend people to making a magazine, because even though people are looking to gain as much as they can, if anything, I gained so much knowledge for it. That's why I was so surprised when I got this interview, because I don't expect nothing but to learn. So I'm just grateful to Kim and Kelby for even allowing this to happen, because I really get the membership to learn as much as I can. And anything else is just extra. So, I really appreciate everybody. You too, and K100 Radio. I appreciate all of this.
All right. Yes. All right. All that. You know what I'm saying? All that. No, seriously. No, I just.
Did you record that, Blizzum?
I'm
gonna need you to say that too.
You know what I'm saying? No, seriously, man. No, for real. Because it's just particular situation just doesn't happen often. Like let's just be honest, because, and I'm gonna end it right here, and we got one more song to play by Ebonie Camille, but I'm gonna end it like this, bro. Like, beyond just the fact that we've got 3 artists, literal artists, who have all themselves made platforms, all themselves have transitioned into doing something else, but understand what it's like to be an artist. So we don't pull no punches, right? We all created these platforms and they're working, right? And we're here right now, and I think that anybody listening to this particular conversation needs to take away the fact that, even from an artist perspective, collaborative efforts go on all the time on all different levels. It's not just rappers jumping on the track featuring on other rappers' songs. Collaborative efforts go on all the time with platforms and other things. You feel me? Me and Kelby, have we ever literally exchanged literal cash money? You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, it's been far and few in between when we've had to PayPal each other some shit or something. You know what I'm saying? But we've rocked we've rocked with each other way more times. And I think that what people can take away from this conversation is the fact that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to being an independent artist and this independent grind, you guys have to understand, there are people out here who generally have good intentions and great platforms and great ideas. You just have to be willing to actually work with them, talk to them, get to know them. You feel me? And none of that can be accomplished if you just sitting in the VIP getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? None of that can be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? If you're acting like you don't want to be a part of something like making a magazine, or if you don't want to rock with Ebonie Camille's podcast or K-100 Radio because you feel like you already a star, I think people need to take away from this particular conversation that independent artists, the grind is always bigger than just you as a rapper or a singer or whatever. It's all about networking. All of this right here is just coming about because of networking. And I just wanted to kind of break it to the actual interview that I was doing with her to just put it all in perspective for anybody who may be listening right now. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's really important for people to see how all of this happened. You know what I'm saying? All of this is a byproduct of just being humble and networking and just taking a chance. Like Ebonie just said, well, she's spent money and been burned plenty of times, but she did her research. Do your research. Do your research. That's all I'm saying. So I really appreciate this conversation, man. We're going to jump back into this interview, Kelby. I know I got a little bit sidetracked, but I had to focus on that real quick because this is kind of weird. I've never had this particular setup where I have an artist and another artist who both created platforms that I'm interviewing right now on K100 Radio. So the conversation was necessary. We're going to get back into the music, though. All right? Everybody.
I appreciate you. I'm still watching on live.
All right. Everybody cool with that? All right, Ebonie. Back to the music. And we actually went. This interview is going to last a little bit longer than necessary than it was scheduled. But I felt like that conversation was so important to hear what she felt about making the magazine and the fact that she said that she was an artist and she had been burnt before and what Kelby saw in her, and he did, all of that was necessary. So anybody that's listening to this particular interview can sit back and say, hey, man, maybe I'm doing it wrong, bro. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. All right, Ebonie Camille.
You are tuned to K-100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
K-100, you bastards!
Of course. We back to the music though. Now I like the Smoke joint. Don't let our conversation distract you from the fact that Smoke was a dope record. Let's jump back over into the music.
Oh no, thank you.
Yeah. Don't let this conversation distract you. We got all these woke people. They got all these distractions and everybody distracted from this, that, and the third. Don't let our conversation we had distract you from the fact that I actually like that Smoke record. But we got another one by Ebonie Camille called Not Afraid. Tell me about this one.
Not Afraid is just a track about rejection and not being afraid to take it and to go for it. It's like I'm not afraid if they tell me no. I'm not afraid if people don't think I'm good enough. I'm not afraid if I have flaws and things I got to work on because I'm not afraid to fix it. So that's what that track is. It's a little bit more of a New York feel to it. I like to switch it up. I don't really like to do the same type of music all the time. So it's one of my favorites off my current project.
All right. The current project, which is, tell us about it real quick.
Lit Summer. Yeah, Lit Summer is hosted by DJ Rizzo Gates, which is in Atlanta. Appreciate him so much. It's just about a fun summer. It's about grinding. It's about having fun. It's about love. It's an awesome project. You can find it on my mixtape, Cinderella. Like, you Google it. My DJ's put it everywhere. I appreciate him so much. It's like everywhere. SoundCloud, Tidal, anywhere you can think, any digital store you can find it. So, yeah, this summer, go get it.
All right. Not Afraid. Ebonie Camille right here on K100 Radio. You dig? Let's check it out.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
K-100, you bastards!
Get that money, 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 get that money. I'm that. Yeah, let's do it. I'm writing a plan. I'm that. Moving in silence and steadily plotting. I'm that. Knowing the plug but not taking pictures. I'm not. Kissing and telling ain't nobody business. I'm that. Silent killer, I wouldn't mess with her. If you trying to make some money, I'm your number one hitter. I didn't come from too much, so the hustle was sexy. I've been on the curve, a nigga driving brand new Mercedes. I've been all about the Benji since Puffy and Kim. I done had a master plan since Eric B and Rakim. I've been up all night trying to catch me and them. And you've been up all night trying to show up to them. I got some mention me, I come a long way. I make money by a couple different ways. And I don't care what a hater guy say. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. And I'ma hustle from the beginning to the end. Cause I lost it all and made it back again. And if the money calling me, I'm on the way. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid by a long shot. Afraid of rejection, not afraid of you. Pointing my direction, not afraid. I'ma stand before God, hair high, 10 toes with my Amber Rose shades on. I'm not afraid, got my stage jam shades on. I'm not afraid of any stage on my microphone. They can give me a chance, even though I am a rapper. I was loyal to these hoes. Say some boo-boo backstab. They say chase a bag, but the money don't fit. Got 10 credit cards and the limit is legit. I walk around shining like I sold a couple zips, and you should see how I act when I make it out this bitch. I got some money, I come a long way. I make money by a couple different ways. And I don't care what a hater guy say. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. And I'ma hustle from the beginning to the end. Cause I lost it all and made it back again. And if the money calling me, I'm on the way. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid.
The hottest hip hop and R&B mixes on K100 Radio.
K-100, you bastards!
Yeah. All right. This has been a great conversation. This has been a great interview. Ebonie Camille. I actually like that one too, though. I'm on the fence.
Thank you.
I don't know which one I'm going to add to the rotation. I don't know. It's a tough call for me. I got to make a decision. I don't know. You'll see whichever one I decide to add. I don't know. I mean, I know you probably got a particular one that you want me to, but I like to add. I just like to add what I like to add to the rotation. If we got 2 hot records from you, I just kind of like to pick what I feel will fit what we do over here at K100 Radio. But I like Smoke and I like that one too. It's gonna be a tough decision for me. Just retweet whichever one you see playing. It don't matter. Do it really? Do you really care? I mean, is there like one of those you really want me to play? Okay, fine. So yeah, I because I like the concept of Smoke, but I like that one too. All right, we'll figure it out later. Don't worry about it. When you see those tweets, when you see those plays, please just retweet it. And we're gonna rock with it though. We're gonna pick one of them, Ebony. I don't know which one, but it's gonna be one. All right, real quick before we go, tell everybody how they can find you on social media. Tell everybody how they can find your podcast, your broadcast that you got, and your music. Go ahead.
Yes, Ebonie Camille, just Google that everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I spell my name Ebonie, not with a Y, so if you Google Ebonie Camille, it's everywhere. The music is on SoundCloud, Tidal, Google Play, Apple Music, anywhere. If you Google my name, it'll all pop up. Everything is appreciated. Each play, each band, even if you listen to it for 10 seconds, I'm happy. And I really appreciate this interview. And shout out to Making It Magazine.
Absolutely. I hope you had a good time. I hope the interview was, just something that you actually enjoy doing. You feel what I'm saying? I hope that you got a lot out of it. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure that we, whenever we do stuff like this and whenever we show love to our affiliates and stuff, we just want everybody to come away happy. But I think the conversation, this interview lasted way longer than the 30 minutes that it was allotted, right?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I would be too if I was you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, I would be too. But no, I just had to make sure that because you just had an interesting story and a story that was really interesting to me. And, I'm the boss around these parts, so we can go over if I want to go over. But make sure you guys hang around, man. If you love hip-hop, if you love dope-ass DJs and shit, you guys, if you're listening to us, man, hang around. Tune in to K100 Radio. DJ I Am is coming up at 7 o'clock. DJ I Am goes the fuck in every week. Just listen. Download our mobile app if you don't have it. If you're just your first time getting introduced to K100 Radio, we got a free mobile app on Android. We got a free mobile app for iTunes. We're on TuneIn Radio. You know what I'm saying? So we're on SoundCloud. Please subscribe to our page over there. YouTube, please. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on SoundCloud. Like our page on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at K100_radio. We're here to help. You know what I'm saying? We're here to provide you a dope platform to hear some dope music by some dope independent artists and beyond, and do some more stuff, educate you, all kind of stuff. So I appreciate you guys rocking with us. And we're out. Right now, it's been a great interview over there with Ebonie Camille. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, I just want to say, listen. At the end of the day, as independent artists and platforms and stuff, we got to come together. Nobody wins when the family feuds. I promise you. K100 Radio.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, hip hop and R&B.
My nigga got all white, no socks. And they got that cocaine on today. That's how you feel. Turn my vocal up. That's how you feel, Emery? Turn my vocal up some more. Turn my vocal up, Guru. Turn the music up too.